Napoleon Bonaparte, one of the most significant and influential figures in world history, was born on August 15, 1769, on the island of Corsica. Despite being born on a small island, Napoleon would quickly rise to become one of the most powerful leaders in Europe after the French Revolution. His story spans military career, efforts to establish an empire, great victories, and painful defeats. This text explores how Napoleon Bonaparte made his mark on history. Napoleon Bonaparte was born in Ajaccio, Corsica, to Carlo Bonaparte, a member of the island's aristocracy. His father sent him to the prestigious military school of Brienne-le-Château in France, where he received his education and military training. These early years, marked by the turmoil of the French Revolution, would shape his path to greatness. The revolution led to the fall of the monarchy and the rise of the French Republic, creating a new political landscape that allowed for Napoleon's rapid ascent. Napoleon joined the French army at a young age, quickly gaining attention for his talents and leadership skills. In 1793, he made a name for himself during the siege of Toulon, where his strategic prowess helped secure a victory for the revolutionary forces. By 1796, Napoleon was appointed as the commander of the French army in Italy. His campaigns in Italy were marked by significant victories and established him as a military genius, gaining him popularity and support from both the French public and government. One of Napoleon's most pivotal moments came in 1799, when he staged the coup of 18 Brumaire, overthrowing the weak French government and establishing himself as first consul. This event marked the beginning of his path to ultimate power, as he began consolidating his control over France. While Napoleon remained committed to some of the ideals of the revolution, such as legal equality, his rise marked the return of centralized power and the beginnings of a more authoritarian regime. In 1804, Napoleon crowned himself Emperor of the French, signaling the transition from the French Republic to an empire. Despite this shift, Napoleon sought to maintain public support by presenting himself as a champion of the revolution's principles. He introduced the Napoleonic Code, a set of laws that reformed French society and influenced legal systems throughout Europe. His empire expanded rapidly through military conquests, with victories at Austerlitz, 1805, and many others solidifying his dominance over much of Europe. Napoleon introduced the Napoleonic Code, a set of laws that reformed French society and influenced legal systems throughout Europe. His empire expanded rapidly through military conquests, with victories at Austerlitz, 1805, and many others solidifying his dominance over much of Europe. The Battle of Austerlitz, 1805, was one of Napoleon's greatest victories. His strategic genius led to a decisive win against the Russian and Austrian armies, solidifying his dominance over much of Europe. However, Napoleon's ambitions led to conflict with other European powers. In 1812, Napoleon's ill-fated invasion of Russia marked a turning point in his reign. The harsh Russian winter, combined with the Russian strategy of scorched earth, devastated his grand army. Despite initial successes, the invasion ended in catastrophe, with the majority of his troops either killed or forced to retreat. This marked the beginning of the end for Napoleon's empire. In 1814, Napoleon was forced to abdicate after a series of military defeats and the invasion of France by Allied forces. He was exiled to the island of Elba, but in 1815, he escaped and returned to France for a brief period known as the 100 Days. His return was met with initial support, but it culminated in the Battle of Waterloo, where he was decisively defeated by an Allied coalition led by the British. After this final defeat, Napoleon was exiled to St. Helena, a remote island in the South Atlantic, where he spent the last years of his life. Napoleon Bonaparte died on May 5, 1821, on St. Helena. His death marked the end of an era, but his legacy continued to shape Europe and the world. Napoleon's military genius, administrative reforms, and the spread of the Napoleonic Code left a lasting impact on modern legal systems, educational structures, and governance across Europe. His reign, though short-lived, fundamentally altered the course of European history.